So good day, Arisa. So now we're here in lesson number 3. So for our introduction, mistakes and errors are always part of our lives. Those things are inevitable, but we should always try to cope with them, learn from them, and face them in spite of its negativity or its effects of downfalls. The same with English grammar and on how to use it professionally. So now, what makes each statement incorrect? First, she wasn't able to do his job properly in the field due to his asthma these days. Number two, Cyrus, together with his friends, are playing basketball near the construction site. So later, babalikan natin yan. Okay, so the title of our lesson 3 is Common Errors in Academic and Professional Writing. So these are the contents of our lesson for today. First, we'll not be doing the recalling of the previous lesson since this is just a video lesson. I'm sure na nare-recall po na mo pa rin naman yung previous discussion natin last time. Next, we'll be talking about the subject-verb agreement and verb tenses, parallelism, and word use. And let's see if there's a surprise activity. So let's start with the common sentence agreements in English grammar. According here, part of effectively communicating in English is ensuring that you properly follow and apply rules of grammar that govern language. However, it is rarely perfected. Even professionals occasionally commit grammatical errors, hence it is advisable to train and challenge yourselves early as we proceed on our journey in writing. So grammar is so important in English since basically it is the rule in writing and also in speaking using the English language. So let's start with the subject verb agreement. So from the word itself, subject and verb. Subject and verb should agree to each other. Okay? So it is a set of basic rules in English language and grammar that refers to the matching of the subject and verb of a sentence in tense, aspect, and mood, which translates to number, person, and gender. So we have our first rule or first type of the subject verb agreement. First is the use of singular verb to a singular subject. So singular verb is equals to singular subject and plural verb to a plural subject. So kapag singular sa verb, singular din sa subject. Kapag plural sa verb, plural din sa subject. So that's our first type of the subject verb agreement. So let's have some examples here. Number one, Cynthia wears her suit at all times to keep herself warm from the cold. So since Cynthia is our subject here, and basically she is only one. So we have singular subject. So if we have singular subject, we will always take a singular verb. So di ba kapag singular verb, it always has S or ES. Okay? So Cynthia wears her suit at all times to keep herself warm from the cold. So Cynthia is our subject, wears is our verb. So they are singular. Next, number two, this book has many interesting stories. So where is our subject here? So the book. And how about our verb? So we use has. Okay, so since we only have one book here, so basically our verb here will take a singular verb, has. Next, Ma'am Janelle explains the lesson well. So our subject here is Ma'am Janelle, and our verb here is explains. Again, if it's singular subject, we will take a singular verb. Okay, next, the baby cries at night. So we have here our subject, the baby, and we have our verb, cries. Since, again, ang palatandaan ng singular verb, either with S or ES. Next, that small bird with colorful feathers sings beautifully. So our subject here is the small bird, and our verb used is sings. Next one. We have our plural verb. So if we have plural subject, we will take a plural verb. So for example, the students at the back seat proceed to brainstorm about their PETA in their subjects EAPP and Oral Com 11. So our subject here became plural, the students. So kapag naman plural, ang subject natin, yung verb niya wala ng S. So ganun, baliktad siya sa um, subject na may S naman. Okay, so ganun lang yon. And I'm sure you're already aware and familiar with this. Next, my friends study every weekend. So our subject here is my friends, and our verb is the study. The children eat snacks together. Okay, again, our focus here is our subject and our verb. So the children is our subject and our verb is eat. Since children is plural, so it is plural, children. Ano ang singular form ng children? Child. Okay. So it depends on the subject talaga. And I know na kaya mo naman mag-identify if it's plural subject or singular subject, right? Okay. So next, my cousins from Canada visit us every summer. So this is our subject, my cousins, and our verb here is the word visit. Next, the dancers in the parade perform gracefully. So our subject here is the dancers and our verb is the perform. Okay, so next. So pwede mo tong i-pause for a while and sagutan mo lang siya ng madali. Okay? So let's see. So the teacher checks the papers carefully. So let's identify first our subject used. So our subject is singular, then we will take a singular verb. So we will use the checks with S. So the teacher checks the paper carefully. Next, their parents attends every meeting. So our subject here is their parents, and we will choose the plural verb, which is the attend. So it became their parents attend every meeting. Next, my friends enjoys watching horror movies. Our subject here is my friends. So basically, our verb is enjoy. Okay, so next. Second type of our subject-verb agreement is the two or more singular subjects joined by and are always plural. Okay? Again, two or more singular subjects joined by and are always plural. So basically, kapag yung singular subjects ay pumapatungkol siya sa mga iba't ibang tao, syempre, it always take a plural verb. Okay? So for example, Dominic and his friends try to fix the broken projector for us to proceed on the next lesson. Again, so our two singular subjects here joined by the word and will take a plural verb. Since si Dominic and his friends ay hindi naman sila related to each other or si Dominic and his friends ay magkaiba, so basically, lagi natin siyang iti-take as plural. Kaya gagamit tayo ng plural verb. Okay? Again, kapag plural yung verb, um, yung base form lang ng verb, walang babagwin. Okay, next. Number 2, Balay Dako and Farmer's Table are my favorite restaurants in Tagaytay City. Okay, so again, Balay Dako and Farmer's Table are different from each other. That's why we take it as plural. Okay, so kaya ang gagamitin natin ay plural verb. Again, they are singular subjects. Magkaiba sila. Okay, again, number 3, my phone and wallet were left at the counter. Okay, so my phone and wallet, so magkaiba sila. Then, we will have our verb were. Next, the president and the vice president attend the meeting together. Okay, so our singular subjects here are president and the vice president, and our verb is the word attend. I hope you're following. So, next, okay, you may pause this for a while and para makapagsagot ka in your mind. Okay, so let's see. The cat and the dog fight over the toy every morning. So what's our answer? The answer is fight. Okay, again, we will take a plural verb. Next, his patience and determination has or have brought him success. So our answer here is the word have. Next, my mother and father support my decision. So our answer here is the word support. Next, another one pala. Nino and Nina eats together every lunch. Your answer is, okay, so it is eat. Next, my classmates bring or brings their own baon every day. So what is your answer? The word bring. Since classmates are plural subject. Okay. Next, the principal walks around the campus during flag ceremony. So your answer is okay. So it is walks since the principal is singular subject. For our third type of our SVA is the two singular subjects pertaining to the same subject are considered singular. So, kapag yung two subjects ay nagpe-pertain sa isang subject lang naman, so basically, we will take it as singular. So, ang gagamitin nating verb ay singular. So, for example, the current Mobile City gym leader and the founder of the new Mobile is none other than Mr. Watson. So, as you can see, we use singular verb, which is the is. Okay, another one. The singer and the songwriter has released a new album. So basically, the singer and the songwriter is just the same person. Another one, the husband and father is responsible for the household. So it's just talking to the same person. That's why we will considered it as singular. So for example, mac and cheese is or are his comfort food. What do you think is the answer? So it is. Why? Mac and cheese. 'Di ba kapag bumibili tayo ng food na mac and cheese, iisa lang siya. Hindi naman pwedeng paghiwalayin mo pa yung macaroni and cheese. So, mawawalan na ng saysay yun. So, ganun pag sa food, okay? Next, her friend and classmate help her with math assignment. So, the answer is, it is help since her friend and her classmate is just the same person. Next, the owner and the CEO of the company is or are hosting the event. So the answer is yes, since the owner and the CEO is just the same person. Next, bacon and eggs is or are usually served for breakfast. So our answer here is the verb is, since bacon and eggs usually sineserve sila ng magkasama. So, ganun sa Western countries. So, usually, mga breakfast nila ay bacon and eggs. So, iisa lang sila. Okay? Next, truth and honesty is or are the foundation of friendship. So, your answer here is are, since truth and honesty is different from each other. Okay? Next, rice and curry is or are her favorite dish. So, it is are, since rice and curry are different from each other. Okay, so for our fourth one, subjects joined by either or neither nor, consider the form of closest noun to the verb. So, ma-identify mo kung ano yung gagamitin mong verb depending sa closest noun ng either or neither nor. So, for example, either the dogs or my children are coming with me to the mall. So, i-identify mo kung ano yung katabi ng either and or. Okay, since our subjects here are dogs and children, so pareha silang plural. So, ang gagamitin natin verb ay plural din. So, which are. Next, which is are pala. Okay, next. Neither the hosts nor the judges were informed of the final results before the announcement of winners. So, here, ang ginamit naman ay neither nor. So, again, kapag kung ano yung malapit sa neither or nor, yun yung gagamitin natin, ay doon tayo mag-identify if ang gagamitin natin verb ay singular or plural. So, since ang malapit kay nor ay the judges, so, plural siya, that's why we used were as our verb. Next, let's practice. Okay, so number one, either my parents or my brother, blank, are coming to the meeting. So, since ang malapit kay or ay my brother, so we will use is. Okay? Next, neither the guards nor the manager know what happens. So, what is your answer? Okay, the answer is the knows. Since ang malapit kay nor ay yung manager. And si manager is a singular verb. That's why we will use singular verb knows. Again, number three, either the dancers or the lead performer were late. So we will use was because mas malapit kay or si the lead performer, which is singular subject. That's why we will take a singular verb. Next, neither the book nor the notes was or were useful for the quiz. So we will use were as our verb. Another. Okay, so let's skip this one. So for our fifth one, we have singular indefinite pronouns will receive singular verbs. So meron tayong abbreviation here para mas madali mo siyang maalala. Okay, may acronym tayo dito na Eneo, Anes, Bot. So, yung Eneo na yan ay um, okay, sorry. So, for our E, it stands for each, N stands for none, E for every, O for one. Then, Anes, A stands for any, N for no, E for every, and S for some. And bot stands for B stands for body, O for one, and T for thing. So, kapag ganyan yung, pag may nakita kang ganyan sa sentence, so again, it is called singular indefinite pronouns. We will always take a singular verb. So for example, everyone has the ability to become a Pokemon trainer through Pokemon Revolution Online. So we use everyone. So everyone is considered as indefinite pronoun. That's why our verb here is has. Another one. No one in the classroom acts confusingly after the EAPP discipline. So, our subject here is no one. So, kapag may indefinite pronouns, we will always use singular verbs. Okay, so next. Another example, nobody wants to fail in the pre-written assessment. So, our indefinite pronoun here is the nobody. That's why we will also use singular verb, which is the word wants. Next, something smells delicious in the kitchen. So basically, our indefinite pronoun here is the word something, and our verb used is the smells. Okay, so what's your answer here in number one? Each of the cookies is or are fresh. So our answer is the word or the verb is, since our focus here is the indefinite pronoun, which is the each. Next, everyone enjoy or enjoys the program. So what's our singular verb here? The word enjoys. Next, one of the books has or have missing pages. So what's your answer? The answer is has. Number four, nothing was or were left after the party. So our answer here is the word was. Next, anybody want or wants to join? So our answer is the word wants. Okay, for our sixth one, the phrase a number always receive a plural verb. And the phrase the number receives singular verb. Again, kapag merong a number or a number, lagi siyang makaka-receive ng plural verb. Whereas kapag the number, it always receives singular verb. Kasi kapag a number, mas broad kasi siya. That's why it always take a plural verb. Kapag naman the number, mas specific siya. Kaya it always receive a singular verb. So, for example, a number of applicants aspire to be hired as soon as possible in Big Hit in entertainment. So, again, kapag may a number, it always receive a plural verb. That's why our verb used in our first example is the word aspire. Next, a number of grade 10 students are practicing for the dance performance. So again, we have a number. That's why we're going to use the word or the verb are. So next, a number of teachers have already submitted their lesson plans. So again, because of the phrase a number, that's why we have our modal verb here, have. Have is a plural modal verb. Next, a number of parents attend the monthly PTA meetings regularly. A number of parents attend the monthly PTA meetings regularly. So our um, subject here is the a number of parents. Because of a number, that's why we take it as our plural verb attend. So next, the number of grade 10 students is 87 this school year. So again, sabi ko nga kanina, kapag the number, mas nagiging specific na siya. So let's compare to our first example. A number of grade 10 students are practicing for the dance performance. Pero dito, may specific number na. Like, the number of grade 10 students is 87 this school year. Okay, so kapag the number, laging is. Kapag a number, laging kapag the number laging singular, kapag a number laging plural. Okay? The number of visitors during Foundation Week was higher than expected. Okay, so our verb use here is the word was. Next, the number of parents who joined the cleanup drive is surprising. So our verb use here is the word is. Next, the number of students without ID cards is still high. So, dito, though medyo nakakalito siya kasi saan ka ba titingin, 'di ba? Pero, ang focus natin here in our sixth rule ay yung the number in a number. That's why, kapag the number, it is singular verb. Ayan, pwede mo namang i-pause na lang to saglit, tapos kung gusto mo sagutan, ayan, pwede naman. So, first, a number of students has or have not yet finished their projects. Our answer here is have, since kapag a number laging plural verb. Next, the number of classrooms is or are too small for the current population. So, our answer here is the word yes, since we use the number. Next, a number of dogs barks or bark loudly every morning. Our answer is the word bark. A number of teachers were recognized during the ceremony. So, our verb is the were. Next, so I think let's skip this one. Kung gusto mo namang mag-practice, then just pause it for a while. Okay, for our seventh SVA rule is unit of measure or time often require a singular verb. Kapag may unit of measure or time, lagi siyang nagtitake ng singular verb or lagi niyang partner ay yung singular verb. For example, 66 to 75 miles per hour or 104 to 120 kilometer per hour is the top speed range of a cheetah. So as you can see here, kapag may specific measurement na ginamit sa sentence or time, lagi siyang magte-take ng singular verb. Okay? Another one, the 24-second shot clock is used to time the possessions by the offensive team. So as you can see, we use singular verb. Okay? So for example, 2 hours of studying helps me a lot. So as you can see, we use our verb here, helps. And so helps serve as a singular verb. Another one, 5 liters of water is enough for the experiment. Another one, 1 gallon of milk lasts a week. Lasts. Okay. Another one cup of sugar makes the dessert sweeter. 1 cup of sugar makes the dessert sweeter. Our verb here is the word makes. Again, another one, 1 hour of cleaning is required every Friday. Our verb is the modal verb is 5 hours of sleep is not healthy for students. 5 hours. Our subject, our verb use is. Okay. So you may pause this for a while and you may answer. Okay, for number 1, 10 pesos is or are the cost of the school ID plastic case. What's your answer? So our answer here is, since we're talking about measurement, okay, or a value. That's why we take a singular verb is. Number 2, 2 liters of soft drinks is or are enough for the birthday celebration. So your answer is, okay, so it is okay, so our focus here is the measurement 2 liters. That's why it is. Next, 1 day of absence affects your attendance record. Again, it is in the part of indefinite pronoun. Once we saw an indefinite pronoun in the sentence, we will always take the singular verb. That's why our answer here is the word affects. Next, 5 kilos of mangoes cost 250 pesos. So we use measurements here. That's why our verb is costs with s in the end. Next, 3 days without classes is or are not good for continuity. Okay, so our answer is the word is, since there's 3 days. Okay. And this is the last SBA rule that we're going to talk about. Next is the plural indefinite pronouns. Yes, later we talk about the indefinite pronoun, the singular indefinite pronoun. Now we have plural indefinite pronouns are either singular or plural. So when used with uncountable nouns, they take singular verbs. And if countable nouns, they take plural verb. Again, the uncountable nouns, those are cannot be counted. Yung mga hindi nabibilang. Makabaliktaran lang with countable nouns na nabibilang. So kapag uncountable, we will take singular verb. Kapag countable, we will take plural verb. So for example, some of his cash was left scattered at the top of the table. So since some of his cash, so ang cash ba ay may definite number bang ilagay dyan? Some of his cash was left scattered at the top of the table. That's why we use was as our verb. Next, some of the house receipts of Miss Alday were thrown away by the caretakers. So since um, we use receipts, ang receipts na bibilang natin yan, okay? That's why we use plural verb, okay? Okay, so next we have, so para hindi tayo malito dito, we will start with the countable nouns. Okay? So here in our examples, we used both of the phones are working. So since it is countable, that's why we take a plural verb. Next, many students were late today. Students can be count. So makakount natin siya. That's why we use plural verb. So next, few teachers understand this trend. Teachers, that's why we take plural verb understand. Several people have signed up. So we used several people. People. Still mabibilang pa rin. That's why we take plural verb have. Next, some of the teachers were absent. Teachers, countable nouns. Okay. So next we have uncountable nouns. So for example, most of the money is gone. Money. We use our uncountable noun money. So it is broad. Hindi siya certain na coin ba siya, yung paper bill ba siya para mabilang. Okay? That's why it is uncountable. That's why we take singular verb is. Next, all of the water is clean. Ang water ba, mabibilang ba natin siya? No. That's why we will take a singular verb is. Some of the rice was wasted. Okay? Rice is uncountable. That's why we take was. And of any of the juice is fine. Okay. Next. So let's practice. All of the sugar is or are gone. So your answer is. That's because sugar as our subject is uncountable noun. That's why we will take is as our singular verb. Next, some of the cookies was or were eaten. So since our focus here is the cookies, cookies are countable. That's why we will take were. So some of the cookies were eaten. Next, most of the juice has or have spilled. Our answer is has, because juice is uncountable noun. Next, number 4, any of the answers is or are acceptable. It is are, because answers are countable noun. Next, all of the students was or were on time. Your answer is were, since students are countable noun as well. Okay, next, some of the information seems or seem unclear. Our subject is uncountable, that's why we'll take singular verb seems. Some of the information seems unclear. 7. Any of the chairs is or are available. So we have countable noun, that's why we will take plural verb are. Next, all of the equipment needs or need checking. So we have uncountable noun and equipment, that's why we will take singular verb needs. Next, some of the documents was or were signed. Documents. So it is countable. That's why we will take plural verb were. Next, any of the milk has or have spoiled. We will take plural verb because we have uncountable noun. So our answer here is has. Okay, so that's the end of our lesson for this. No, it's not the end of the lesson number 3 since mahaba po yung lesson 3. That's why lesson 3.1 po ito. So, in our next meeting, probably makakapasok naman ako nun. So, i-take natin yung lesson 3.2 on our face-to-face class. So, I hope you'll learn a lot and expect na may upload akong activity on Genyo. So, thank you!